Good morning. Happy Tuesday. So, the quality of our life is determined by where we live emotionally. Emotion equals meaning, and meaning equals life. Emotion equals meaning, and meaning equals life. So, the quality of our life is the quality of the emotions that we experience on a regular basis. We're constantly doing three things. We're constantly deciding, what am I going to focus on? What does it mean? And then what am I going to do? So remember that we decide what we focus on. You know, human beings are deletion creatures. There's so much going on around us all the time that we can't take it all in. So we have to pick what it is that we're going to focus on. And a lot of times it's being done subconsciously. This is why we start the morning with incantations and start the morning with our goals so that your brain focuses on where you want to go. You know, it's just like if you've ever bought a new car and then suddenly saw that car everywhere, you were like, oh my God, you know, now everybody's buying this car. Well, probably everybody bought the car before. It's just that you didn't focus on it until you bought it. And that could have happened with a pair of shoes or a coat. So what we focus on decides how we feel, but the meaning that we give to any given event ultimately decides how we feel. And how we feel decides how our life is. Is our life happy or not happy? It's not what happens that makes the difference. It's what we do about that. It's what we feel about it. It's how we evaluate it that makes the difference. So, meaning equals emotion, and emotion equals life. And the quality of our life is the quality of the emotions that we experience on a regular basis. This is why deciding to ask yourself certain questions like, you know, what about this makes me laugh right now? Or how can I use this? Or, you know, what about this is a learning experience? What is great about this that I haven't thought about? How can I use this? Everything that happens for a reason, and it serves me. When we constantly ask these empowering questions, we're changing our focus, but we're also at the same time changing our meaning. If we're asking ourselves, you know, if our incantation is everything in life that happens for a reason and it serves me, and that's the question that we pose to everything that happens to us, our complete evaluation of that process is now going to be different. We're going to be asking ourselves, okay, number one, this was supposed to happen for some reason, and the reason is good, so what's the reason? Well, when we ask that question, we can always find something. We can always find a reason for this to happen for you to then move forward in a different way. The people that have experienced significant tragedies in their lives and have taken that to go off and do something important ask themselves a different question. You know, the guys that started Amber Alert, the guy that started where you find the criminals that nobody could find. I forget what the name of that show was, but the guy that started that show lost a child. They had a son that was kidnapped, and they actually found the body of their child like 22 years later. America's Most Wanted. That was started because a guy lost a child, and he asked himself an empowering question. How can I use this? How can I use this to make a difference? And he did. He made a tremendous difference. And it changed his relationship to that event. You know, you're never going to be okay with losing a child, but every time he caught another criminal and took somebody else off the street and improved somebody else's life, it changed his relationship to that event. And the reason that he was able to do that was because he asked a better question. How can I use this? What about this can I use in order to make the world a better place? Coffee's done. So, emotion equals meaning, meaning equals life. And the quality of our emotions that we experience on a regular basis decides the quality of our life. And the quality of those emotions are decided based upon what we focus on and the meaning we give to it. And the questions that you ask are going to decide that. Everything that happens for a reason, and it serves me. How can I use this? Those are the questions that make it so that no matter what happens in your life, you're going to experience a different emotion, an empowering emotion, a forward-moving emotion, and that's going to decide the quality of your life. It's not going to be the outcomes. It's going to be the emotions that you feel on a regular basis. And that's going to be decided by the questions that you ask and what you decide to focus on. In other words, it's all under your control. Have a great day, everybody. Have an awesome Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.